This is WPTV, William Patterson Television.
Welcome back to the desk. We're only 2 weeks into the NBA season, but big changes are already happening in the league. Here to break down all things NBA, we have Brian Montiel, Rico Alcazar, JJ Woodards, and Bijan Pulley. Guys, the third James Harden trade saga is finally over. The drama is done. He's moved on to the Clippers. You know, 3-team trade there. It broke at 2 a.m. I had to wake up for that. Like, it literally just woke up and I saw Woj was like, oh, James Harden's gone. But Bijan, who came away as the winner of this trade?
Man, I got to go with the 76ers because what do all the guys that got back have in common? Nick Batum, Marcus Morris, Robert Covington, KJ Martin. All their contracts expire after the season. So now you're opening a max slot. You can use those contracts to trade for a guy like Zach LaVine at the trade deadline, or let those guys walk in the offseason. You have a max slot open for a guy like Pascal Siakam if he leaves the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of potential there with those expiring contracts. But moving on to you, Brian, which team won? I know you're a Sixers fan.
And it has to be the 76ers. 76ers fans, we have been freed from the trains of disgruntled stars. I just think that we got more shooters. We got Marcus Morris. He's a good, smooth shooter in the mid-range, too. We got Nick Batum in the fourth quarter. I ain't going to be yelling, why the heck he in? Because he's going to slang that thing. Then we got Rocco back. The prodigal son is back, and we're going to end it with a ring.
I mean, the process may finally be completed if the 76ers win a ring this year. But, JJ, 2 76ers, you're going Clippers? Or even the Thunder, who knows?
From South Jersey, gotta go Philly. I mean, I like the players that they got here. Marcus Morris, Nicholas Batum, KJ Martin, Robert Covington, got some good wing defenders. KJ Martin's a great lob threat, you know, and then it just adds on to the depth that they need depth. So it just adds on to it.
Absolutely. I mean, more bench depth really helps a team that's pursuing a championship. But Rico, 3 for 3, you breaking the mold?
I gotta go Oklahoma. No, I'm just playing with you. Los Angeles Clippers won this trade. Come on, guys. They get James Harden. James Harden is the perfect fit next to Kawhi, PG, and Russ. When's the last time that the Clippers had 3 shot-creating players? Tell me, come on.
I don't know.
Lou Williams in the bubble. He got suspended for wanting to have some chicken wings. Come on. This is a great player next to Kawhi and PG. If they are off, you get to have James Harden as your third option. And to top it all off, they got PJ Tucker added to this deal. And what does PJ Tucker have? He's got this right here, a ring. PJ Tucker brings championship pedigree to this team and will do the dirty work and guard some of the best players on the other team. Devin Booker, he locked him up in the 2021 finals. They're going to face Devin Booker possibly a lot of times in these playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this Harden trade works out for the Clippers and the 76ers, and I guess the Thunder. What they put a pick in?
They got a pick.
Oh, they got a pick. Okay, so maybe they'll do
Sam
something.
Hinkie loves his picks.
He does. He does indeed. But a trick and treat filled Tuesday night in Phoenix on Halloween, where rookie Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs went up against Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. Rico and Bijan, take us through this collapse of a game.
A trick and filled treat Halloween game here in Phoenix. Victor Wembanyama going up against the original Slenderman, and first possession here, Victor trying to go at Kevin Durant, but he swipes the ball from him.
I love that swipe down, just timing that perfectly right before Wemby can get into his shooting pocket.
And then Kevin Durant to end the first quarter. He's going to ISO on Victor. Step back, splash. Come on, that's his favorite shot. He loves that.
Hey, Wemby got a lot of length, but Katie said, I still got that high release point. You ain't blocking my shot.
They were balling this first half. Eric Gordon, he had 20 points, 6 assists. And then Kevin Durant over the top of Wembanyama on his head.
Was it really a poster? It was just, Katie's more to the left. Let's be serious.
But then Victor Wembanyama responds back. Victor says, KD, you reach, I teach. You Banks, meet me at the 10th floor.
You can definitely hang that in your bedroom.
The Spurs, they started rolling the second half. Victor Wembanyama, sharpshooter? It's easy money for him.
Listen, I'm really interested in seeing him coming off those pin downs because once he gets to his release point, who's blocking that shot?
And then Keldon Johnson, he had 27 points this game. He hits a 3.
Keldon Johnson, good game. Never heard that before.
Then Phoenix trying to come back. Good win blocked by Wembanyama's 8-foot wingspan. And here comes Devin Vassell with the slam.
Talk about a guy having a breakout year. Devin Vassell's been hooped in.
Vassell another 3, no, but Wembanyama gets the rebound. And look, it looks like a mini hoop to him. He just throws it up there.
Looks like playing against your little cousins in the backyard.
But then Kevin Durant says, calm down, guys, I got us. Slams it home, puts Phoenix back up by 5. But then here comes the Spurs. Vassell, another 3. Doesn't get it. Wembanyama put back jam.
Why did KD not box out Wembanyama? He was just watching the ball in
Phoenix,
the air.
they just got to hold the ball. KD, get fouled. What are you doing? He loses the ball. Johnson over Okogie and puts the Spurs up 1.
The lights were too bright for KD, looks like.
But we got 1.2 seconds left. KD, a chance to win it here at the buzzer. He hit the shot before. and it's no good. Kevin Durant goes down against Victor Wembanyama in his first matchup on Halloween, and it was kind of a trick-filled game for them.
Hey, the Spurs got a treat, not a W.
And let's take a look at the stats from Victor Wembanyama and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that two big players, big lanky players going up against each other. Want to take a look at the stats here for that one. Rico, take us through this one.
What we see here, Kevin Durant, he had 25 points against Victor Wembanyama's 18 points. Wemby had 8 rebounds, so out-rebounded KD by 6 rebounds. KD got him on the assists, though, 7 assists compared to his 1. And then Kevin Durant, he shot 63% from the field. Wemby only 50, but it's still, he got a victory.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs take the victory there. But going into the keys from this game, I want to start with you, Rico, going back to you. What do you think was the key for the Spurs winning this one?
Well, the refs just bailed out the Spurs. Kevin Durant got swiped in the face that last possession, and he had hands all over his back. Ref, please call a foul. And the only reason Kevin Durant lost the ball is because he lost his vision. And of course, it's typical Spurs basketball. They're always making a son bleed. Look at Steve Nash. He was bleeding twice in the playoffs back then. And then the NBA stated that in the last 2-minute report that it was a correct no call. That's just blatant robbery right there.
Yeah.
They're saying, yeah, just let Kevin Durant bleed.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate there that the refs. But JJ, something else. I mean, there's definitely got to be a key that the Spurs did that really helped.
Just so everybody up here knows, Rico's a Suns fan, so that's why he's so passionate. But my thing is, the second half, they got outscored 70-51 in the second half. That's 19 points. When you get outscored like that, you're most likely going to lose the game.
Yeah.
And then the Suns seem like they always just go in like a shooting slump, just like at bad times too. So they just need to get that fixed.
Yeah, bad second half for the Suns leads to a Spurs victory. Brian, what was the key for the Spurs winning that one?
I just think the Spurs just wanted it more. They're a good, young, hungry team, and when you have a young, hungry team, these veteran teams, you can't stay complacent. They came out the second half, the Suns dry, and you can't do that against a young, hungry team. You saw how Durant didn't box out Wemby there. He wasn't prepared for that, even though the guy is like an alien.
Yeah.
And then Keldon Johnson, he kind of did a little Jose Alvarado, snuck behind Durant and got that steal. Even if you think it's a foul, they didn't call it, and a win's a win.
He was bleeding. The camera showed that he was bleeding from here and here.
A win's a win.
I mean, look, you're right about that. I mean, a young team, and especially Victor alone. I mean, he had an incredible game last night. I mean, that was absolutely insane.
We're talking about the one on Halloween.
Sorry.
We're talking about the one on Halloween, not the one yesterday. Come on.
Spurs still won.
It was Halloween. We had trick or treat. Spurs went trick or treating. That's the one that we're talking about.
All right. Well, Bijan closes out. How did the Spurs win this one?
I gotta go with the Suns role players shooting so bad in the fourth. Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon, Josh Okogie, Yuta Watanabe, Nasir Little all combined to shoot 0-8 from the field, 0-5 from deep, and guess what their plus-minus was all combined? -50.
Oof.
That's disgusting. You can't
rough.
do that.
That's rough.
Especially in clutch time, because the defense is going to key in on KD. You need role players to hit their shots and at least be a plus on the court.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that the Suns didn't end up winning that one after a dominant first half, really. But it's no secret that a lot of players put in the work in the offseason to improve their game. And every year, it seems like there's a couple guys that really break out. I want to start with you, Brian. Who do you think is having a breakout year?
I personally have Devin Vassell.
I just talked about him.
I know we just talked about him, but you have to because he's just so smooth on the court. The way the stats might not say he's averaging 19, 3, and 2 assists, but he's almost to 20. Last year he averaged 18. That's +2. But it's just what you see on the court. He's a smooth mid-range scorer, and all good scorers have a good mid-range game. He can shoot that 3. And last game, the game that we were talking about, he had a nice step-back 3 to change the momentum there, which was crazy. I'm sorry, Rico, but come on, it was Damian Lillard.
Just torturing me today.
It's a Damian Lillard like.
Feels being a Broncos fan on
Yeah.
the NFL block.
It's just torturing me.
Bijan, who do you think is a breakout player?
I have to go with Jalen Johnson. Doesn't get enough attention because he deserves it. Averaging 13 points a game, 8 rebounds, while with like a true shooting percentage of 66.8%. The Hawks just made him the starting power forward. He fits well as that good offensive connector, and he gives them that athleticism juice that they lack while being a very versatile point of attack defender.
Yeah, I mean, looking to replace John Collins, who they traded, so you get a guy like Jalen Johnson in there, and if he's filling the shoes, maybe even exceeding the shoes, it's always a good thing. Rico, who's your breakout player for this year?
Going another Jalen Durant from Detroit. He's averaging 15.5 points and 13.3 rebounds on 68% shooting. As a big man, of course big men are going to shoot high, but that's very efficient. Monty Williams has been the perfect head coach for him. Sure, he's kind of stunted Jaden Ivey's growth. But Jalen Durant has shined with Monty. He looks like a young Amari Stoudemire. He knows how to drive to the rim. He's got a mid-range, but he hasn't really showed it this year. And he knows how to attack the rim and pass the ball and dunk with power, unlike some certains that Monty Williams has coached.
JJ, close us out for this question. Who is your breakout player this year so
I gotta
far?
go with somebody from Brian's team, Tyrese Maxey. He's actually been dominating this year, averaging 27, 5, and 6, so only 1 turnover, shooting 49% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. I mean, he's looking like that great second option for the Sixers, and if he keeps doing that, the Sixers can make noise in the East.
Yeah, absolutely. But now, moving on from guys who have been really, really good this year, who we might not have expected, to guys who we were kind of expecting to take maybe a step up or continue great play, but kind of regressed a little bit. JJ, starting back with you, who has alarmed you the most this season?
I gotta say Jordan Poole. I mean, here's a guy that everybody said when he leaves, he needs to leave Golden State. They're stunning his growth. He left Golden State. He still doesn't look good. I mean, averaging 17 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. 2 assists. Three turnovers a game,
Yeah,
and then he's shooting horrible from the field. 38% field goal percentage, 24 3-point percentage. I mean, Xavier Tillman's shooting better than him.
Hey, well,
he's only
those-
shooting 26%.
No Tillman slander.
Yes.
I'm a big Xavier Tillman guy.
Yes.
Love him.
Gotta
Great-
shoot better than
Grizzlies
Tillman.
well, come on. Tillman's great. Anyway, Rico, who has alarmed you the most?
You know, I'm going with Jimmy Emo Boy Butler. You know, I chimed in with a haven't people ever heard of type of look on Media Day. He's averaging 16.5 points on 35% from the field. I guess he's dedicating that to Kevin Durant. We know he always turns it up in the playoffs. You know, last playoff he went off.
Yeah.
But after a finals run, his second finals run, you'd think he would be more hungry to come out this season. And I feel like his feelings got hurt ever since the Lillard trade didn't happen. We saw him. He showed up on Media Day, you know, emo.
Yeah, he was very upset about that.
Amen. Like you said, he shows up in the playoffs. He don't care about the regular season. He
He
don't
shows
care less
up,
about
but
these 82 games.
It's just that he's averaging 16.5 points. Last season he averaged, 22? Come on.
Heat fan, Suns fan. I mean, there's going to be bickering. But Bijan, who is your most surprisingly bad player this season?
I mean, we were talking about him earlier with Rico, you know. Unlike Jalen Duren, DeAndre Ayton does not play hard. Supposed to be dominating. Or dominating. Where's the dominating at? All I see is a guy averaging 10 points a game, which is the lowest of his career. He is averaging 14 rebounds, which career high, but he's only taking 8.4 shot attempts a game? This is your opportunity to be the number one guy.
Seriously, you're in
Simons is
Portland
out
now.
with a thumb injury. Scoot, he's still struggling, but I think he's going to get better. Just take some time. And Shaedon Sharp, you know, he's young as well. Aiden, this is your turn, supposed to be the number one guy. You don't taking 8 shots a game?
Yeah,
What is this?
Yeah, I mean, he's a veteran leader for that Portland team, which is very young after trading Lillard. But, Brian, closing us out, who is your most alarming player?
I got that $130 million man, Fred VanVleet. He ain't playing like $130 million.
No, he's not.
He's only averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. This is not bad, but he's said multiple times in the offseason that he knows his role, that he knows what he needs to do to be a $130 million man. And he hasn't been doing it. Only 17 points. I expect 25 plus from that type of money.
Yeah, I mean, the Raptors were always going to try and keep a guy who's been there for his entire career.
He just went there for the paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, he got his bag.
Yeah, he just went there for
That's
the
true.
paycheck. It's cool. I'm okay with it. You go for Fred VanVleet.
Well, while the NBA season is in its infancy, the MLB season has just finished. We've got our World Series recap next on Sports Desk.